Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest updates. We start with Villareal right back Juan Foyth, as it has been reported that Villareal have given the green light for Foyth move to FC Barcelona. So the move is very possible as it stands. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about new signing Pablo Torre, it has been reported that the Barcelona summer signing is expected to stay at Barcelona despite good offers elsewhere. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It seems Barcelona have finally sorted their new right back for the season, as Josep Capdevila reports that Villareal have approved Juan Foyth's move this summer. They are looking to sign former Barcelona player Ivan Bellew as the replacement for 10 million euros. Foyth's release clause sits at 42 million euros, but it seems improbable that Barcelona will pay that amount given their financial problems. It is more likely that Barca have negotiated with the Yellow Submarines to bring the price very down, but keep it lucrative enough. After all, Villareal are also short of money themselves and will not mind some extra cash, even if it means selling one of their most important players this late in the transfer window. That said, Foyth was in no way, shape, or form Barcelona's first choice to reinforce the right-back position. Xavi wanted the club to sign Cesar Azpilicueta, who eventually renewed his contract with Chelsea. In a lot of ways, the 24-year-old mirrors Azpilicueta's profile at Villareal. He can slot in as both a centre-back and a right-back. He's a decent passer, but most importantly, he's a solid defender. On the contrary, his offensive exploits are nothing to be written about. Last season, he created no more than one chance every other game, while attempting just 15 passes in the opposition half per game. His arrival, though, means Sergio Dest's time at Barcelona has come to an end. The American was not included in the squad list for the league curtain raiser against Rayo Vallecano and is in negotiations with Manchester United as his next club. So great news for us when it comes to the pursuit for Juan Foyth from Villareal. All these past days we have been talking about Barca's interest for Juan Foyth as Xavi looks for a new right back, given that Sergio Dest is not in his plans moving forward. Villareal at first were very tough, of course, as Juan Foyth is one of their most important players, and it was understandable because normally Villareal were demanding 42 million euros. 42 million euros is actually Juan Foyth's release clause. But Barcelona, given the financial issues and everything, it is impossible that Barca meets such demands. So Barcelona are very optimistic that negotiating with Villareal will certainly bring that price down. So Villareal have finally given that green light to the player to negotiate with Barca. Villareal now is open for the player to move to Catalonia. So the move is very possible. We have less than 2 weeks as it stands for this summer transfer window to come to an end. So any day from now, we will be hearing the official announcement. Of course, Barca are optimistic that things will go well. So the price tag as it stands is not exactly known, but it can never be the 42 million. Some reports 2 days ago were saying 30 million euros that Barca were opting to offer for the player, but no concrete offer as it stands so far. Of course, Juan Foyth will be an important player for us. Xavi is the one who demanded Barca to go for him. Of course, we all know our first choice right back was Cesar Azpilicueta, but he opted to make a U-turn to renew his contract at Stamford Bridge. So Barca had no choice when Xavi opted to, to discard Sergio Dest from our opening game against Rayo. It means Barca had no choice than to start looking for right backs because we need a natural right back. Not like taking players like Ronald Araujo or Koundé and you are converting to a right back. It makes absolutely no sense. And I think getting a natural right back is of utmost importance for Barca as it stands. So it has been reported that the player is very happy about this move, talking about Juan Foyth. Of course, who does not dream to come to Barcelona? He's one of the key players there at Villarreal. He have been very good for them all these past few years. And seeing Barcelona approaching him is an opportunity that can be missed. So the player does not want to miss this opportunity as he sees it as a next big step in his career. So the move will be very possible as Villarreal have given a go-ahead that Barca can sign him. But maybe, just maybe, the price might be an issue. Talking about the transfer fee, nothing have been officially announced as to how much Barca will have to shell out for the player. We are getting from this report that Villarreal themselves have some financial issues, so it will not be that difficult for Barca to convince Villarreal to give something far lower than the 42 million euros that they were initially demanding. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, when Barcelona signed Pedri from Las Palmas in the summer of 2019, it was widely expected that he would leave on loan while Ricky Puig, Frankie de Jong and Miralem Pjanic formed the core of the midfield. His talents trumped them all, however, and soon enough he was Ronald Koeman's first choice in the center of the park. That was followed by a call-up to the Spanish national team under Luis Enrique before he eventually won the Best Young Player award at the Euros. Pedri was a smart investment made by Barcelona at the correct time. They have since tried to replicate it with a few other players, but one among them is the clear candidate to replicate Pedri's success, Pablo Torre. He was acquired from Racing Santander this summer for 5 million euros and is expected to play for the B team, Barca Athletic, despite training with the senior squad. Recent rumors had suggested, though, that he did not want to play with a reserve side and would leave on loan. In stark contrast to that, a report from Mundo Deportivo assures that Torre will in fact continue at Barcelona next season. He has some very good offers both from the first and second division in Spain, but will stick to the plan set for him by the club. This is directly in line with what Barcelona did with Pedri. The initial plan was to use him for the youth side even though he continued to train with the senior team. Eventually though, he was so good that he never played a single minute for the B team. Pablo Torre was signed this summer alongside the other 5 top-class players that Barca signed. And recently we have been hearing some rumors of clubs, showing interest in him, both from Spain and outside Spain. Pablo Torre is a world-class midfielder. What really prompted Barca to go for Pablo Torre, seeing the prospect that he has, reminded them of Pedri Gonzalez, which was a very smart investment by Barcelona, and he has such qualities like Pedri. So Barca were like, let's not miss this other opportunity. This might just be another Pedri, and Barca had to do this, bought him very cheap, and maybe hopefully that he becomes like Pedri, and become a world-class midfielder that will help Barcelona in the first team. So, given how good the player is, of course, it is but natural that other clubs start showing interest, despite Barca just signing the player recently. And Barca's plan was normally to sign him, send him to the B team, the Barca Athletic, so that he can develop there, understand the Barca philosophy. Then, maybe next season or so, Xavi can choose to bring him now to the senior side to further his development. But as it stands, it has been reported that Pablo Torre have opted to stay and follow what Barca have planned for him. That is staying at the Barca B team to continue his development, because normally the player was tempted to go to other clubs that were showing interest, but according to this report, that is not the case anymore. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.